Carolyn Zook here with C6 Stitch, and today is Saturday, July 15th, 2023. Welcome to my channel about cross stitch. I'm so glad that you're here, spending part of your day or your evening with me. You can see behind me, I have a, where? Right there. I have a new file cabinet. That was delivered last Saturday. There were cabinets, this dresser's old. I'm actually selling that. The cabinets haven't come in yet, I guess. They sent the wrong ones. First, they weren't on the truck, and then they sent the wrong ones. So hopefully Thursday I'll have new cabinets. So that's what's happening here. I've spent the week, I've been very busy spending the week organizing my home, decluttering. I feel so good. I did the garage this week. I'm working on the bedroom. Almost done kind of cleaning up the bedroom and the craft room. That's kind of my goal this weekend, because we're already midway through the month. I can't believe that my month off is half done already. I am so sad, but it's been very productive. And so my hope is that I will spend the majority of the second half of the month playing in my craft room. I'm going to pull out my sewing machine, do some sewing, all that good stuff. I'm not great at sewing, just FYI. I went to pick up some framed pieces this morning, so I will show you those. And I have my Starbucks water here. The ice is all melted, but if you've never had Starbucks water, it's just ice water. That's what I order. I mean, I get other stuff too. It's free. I don't know if it's free if you don't order anything else, but I ordered a drink along with it. Starbucks water just is different. It is triple filtered. It is my favorite water in the world. I remember when I was growing up, my grandfather, when he would come visit us, they lived in the Twin Cities in Minnesota, and we lived in Lincoln, Nebraska. And when they would come down and I would give him a glass of water, he would drink it and he would say, "Oh, your water is so good." And I always thought it sounded funny because as a kid, I thought water is just water. As an adult, I know that water is not just water. Starbucks water, highly recommend. Anyway, so I've been busy organizing, decluttering. I got some donation boxes ready to go, so that feels really good. I've been working really hard on my floss organization. That's my treat. After I, clean out the garage, I get to do some floss organization. I'm nearly done, except that I keep finding packs of floss in various places that I like. I found one pack. It's mostly DMC. There's a couple of like over-dyed cottons in there, and I have a sticky note on it saying, what was this for? I don't know what project it was for. So I guess I'm just gonna put the floss in my binders, and if I'll have it at least in some form. So things are looking really good that I will be able to do a video on how I'm doing my floss organization at the end of the month. By the end of the month, that's my goal. I did go see Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat on this week, sometime this week, and it was interesting. I didn't know much about the show, honestly, before I went in, and this is not like a Broadway in Portland show. This was like a little local theater show. The actors were very good. They sang great. They took a lot of liberties, I think, with the show. According to my friend that I went with, she was telling me that, yeah, they took a lot of liberties. It's a interesting show. She did say you need to see the Broadway one, so I'm open to that. I was not prepared for what I was getting into. So anyway, but it was really a very fun night. It was a very fun night. Sorry about the shadows kind of going in and out. Let me see if I can fix that. Hang on just a minute before I start showing you some good Hopefully stuff. That fixed it. I had my patio curtains closed because it's going to be really hot today. And this side of my house, which is, I'm in my living room basically, the back of my house, which is right here, gets the afternoon sun. It's not quite afternoon yet here. It's about 11:45 when I'm filming this. So I like to, when it's going to get really hot, so today's supposed to be upper 90s. I like to keep those curtains closed, but it messes with the lighting. So we'll film this and then we'll close the curtains right back up. I'm not through all the comments from last week's video, but oh my gosh, you guys are so funny. We talked about last week I talked about how I know the months, how many days in each month by counting on my knuckles. I love it. I love it. Some of you were like, "Yep, I've heard of that," or "I know it. That's how I do it." Some of you had never heard of it before. So many of you know that rhyme, like 30 days, half September. I get stuck after that. I can never remember the rhyme. I don't know where I learned the knuckles thing from. My mom knows the rhyme. That's how she knew like remembers what how many days are in each month. But your comments just crack me up. Get it? Knuckles cracked. Get it? Crack your knuckles. Thank you. I'm here all week. Anyway, I loved those comments. Reading about it. So people, I forgot to write down who it was. Somebody said, "Well, I grew up in Germany," or "Your husband grew up in Germany," and they knew the knuckle thing as well. It's international, folks. So that was really fun to read about. Okay, so I picked up some pieces from the framers today. I'm super excited to share them with you. Oh my gosh, I'm in love. I have been waiting and waiting. This took a lot. I took 2 pieces in. Usually they are very quick. This is, if you are local to the Portland area, I go to Chrisman's, CHRISMAN''S. There are 2 locations. One is in Southeast Portland and one is in Lake Oswego. I go to the Lake Oswego one because it's closer to me. I've never been to the one in Southeast. I'm sure they're just as great. They were recommended to me by Acorns and Threads. Acorns does do framing, but they don't do matting or glass. So if you have pieces that need matting and glass, I go to Chrisman's. If I don't want or don't need matting or glass on it, I'll go to Acorns. Chrisman's is usually about 2-week turnaround. And this one was, I don't know, I think it was like 6 weeks or close to 6 weeks. And they told me they were having trouble getting this particular frame in. So I'm going to show you, I got summer Quakers back. So I'm super excited to show it to you. Fresh picked up from the framers. And I'm looking right now, I'm looking at spring Quakers on my wall. And I want to take it down so I can put up summer Quakers. Okay, so here's how it turned out. Look at this frame. Oh my goodness. This frame looks a lot like, I think, my Carolyn's Balloons Autumn. I think it looks like it, but here, I'll hold it back. Look at that. And then I'll hold it up. I do have glass on it. No matting. I just love the fabric. And the gentleman who checked me out was complimenting me on, he called it the canvas. And there's our alphabet that we almost left off. I'm so glad we did not leave that off. So I'm super excited. Let's see if I can get a whole shot. I love it. So this is Summer Quakers by Rosewood Manor. Stitched on 28 count truffle by Picture This Plus using the called for Valdanis. It took me 130, a little over 130 hours. I love it. And you can see the frame is kind of light. So it kind of pulls the pinks a little bit, I think. I love it. I gasped when he pulled it out. It's like, oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Yeah. So I'm thrilled with that, and I can't wait to put it on my wall. The next one I need to get framed is the Autumn Quakers. I have it done, and it's ready to go. I just need to save up money for another framing piece. Okay, so this next one is Stained Glass Window, and this one is a gift. So here it is. I also love how it turned out. I think the frame is perfect. It really pulls the colors from the cross. Now, I see, when I got it home, I see that some of these lines are crooked. I'm thinking I'm going to call them and see if, this is kind of on me, right? Because these are straight stitches, and I should have couched them, and I didn't. So this is not the framers, but if it's a gift, can you tell, would it bother you if you receive this as a gift? It bothers me because I know it's there. And because so many of these are straight, and then it's like these over here somehow are crooked. So I think I'm going to call them back and see. I know they use the pinning method, so I'm going to call them back and see if we can fix that. So I don't know. Let me know let me know if you've ever had experience taking something back to a framer. And like, I've never done that before. So, yeah. But otherwise, I love it. I think the frame is perfect. I think it's great. This is designed by Tangled Threads and Things. I stitch it on a 28 count French lace linen. It is full coverage, so you see a little bit of the linen, but not much. This is from the Just Cross Stitch magazine, April 2021, and it took me 74 hours to stitch. So let me know your thoughts on this. I do love it. I'm like, oh, I kind of want to keep it for myself. But that's not what a gift is, my friends. That's not what a gift is. So those are my 2 FFOs that I picked up from the framers. Now, if you watched Gary and Ronnie this week, they had like 11 pieces framed. I don't have 11. I just have 2. Oh, they crack me up. Okay, so let's get into our WIPs then. WIPs for the week. WIP stands for work in progress. So what did I work on? Let's start. That's an interesting order that I put it in. But let's start with 12 Days of Christmas. So I'm doing Jolly July. And Jolly July for me is I am going to stitch on a piece for 5 days. A Christmas piece for 5 days. And then switch it up. So I will have 4 pieces that I give 5 days. So the first one, this is the second one. The first one was Glitter House that I showed you last week. This is my second piece. This is 12 Days of Christmas by Bothy Threads. It's the kit. And I actually finished square 1. I think this is going to be so pretty. It is full coverage. I'm using the kit floss, but I did change out the fabric. It came with 14 count Aida. Sorry about that. I had to cut that part because I accidentally showed part of the chart. So I was saying, I don't know. I'm either doing this on 32 count or 28 count. I can't quite remember. Even weave. And it's just like a white or antique white or something. It doesn't really matter because it is full coverage. So let me show you. So block number 1 is completely done. And it did take me pretty much all 5 days to finish up block 1. So this is where block 1 is. Now, I still have to do the eye. I'm going to do a bead, like a black bead at the end, and there's a little eyebrow, which I'll do at the end. So other than that, though, the back stitching is done, and I think it looks really, really good if you look at it from far away. The eye will really make it. I mean, it does. You can notice that something is missing, and it's his eyeball. But, so this was really fun. There's a lot of blue in this background. I mean, it doesn't look like much, but when you're stitching it, there's a lot of blue. But I really love this. I'm so happy to have block 1 done. And that I got that done. That wasn't necessarily my goal, but, you know, we got it done. So that is very exciting. And this is the bag I keep it in. It's an Evertotes bag. It is a 12 Days of Christmas. So I am thinking that this one will come back out in December. It might be my 25/7 focus piece. So we'll see. So that's 12 Days of Christmas. Then we worked on Summer Montage. See, I'm leaving the big one for last, right? Summer Montage, which looks like this. And this is artwork by Janet Stever. Charted by Pain Free Crafts, and I'm up here in the very first block. Okay, so I can't quite remember where we were last time, but we did a lot more fill-in. You can see these leaves are really coming through over here. I got 338 stitches done on this last Sunday. I started, when I sat down to stitch on Sunday, I was at 1.05% done. I am now at 1.28% done. So that is exciting. I'm excited to get into the rows. So that is going great. I really like working on this one. You know, I love the montages so much. So they'll be getting more love into next year as well. Okay. Next up. The last piece I worked on, I only worked on 3 pieces this week, which is kind of par for the course during July. So I am participating, in something called Tour de France by Full Coverage Fanatics, where you stitch the number of kilometers the Tour de France bicyclists ride each day during the month of July. So I am using Cat Alphabet, which is artwork by Irina Garmashova, and it's charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. This is what the whole thing will look like. They also sell individual letters, so if you just wanted to do one letter. Of course, I'm doing the whole thing, and I'm right up here, and I am working on the kind of the back of the sleeping kitty cat. So, let me remove this so you can see it. So this is where we are now. I know it doesn't look like a whole lot, but this week I got 1,088 stitches in here in his back. So it's coming just slowly but surely. And this event ends, I think it goes through July 23rd. So we are kind of in our last week or so of it, which I'm a little sad about. So I started, from our last video, I started at 3.09%. I had 9,668 stitches total done. We are now over 10,000. So as of last night, I am at 10,756 stitches done, which is 3.44%. And in terms of the Tour de France, I am 65 stitches ahead of where I need to be, which is great. So I'll bring it a little closer for you. So you can see kind of some of the markings. He does look like a lot like my Simon in certain lights, with the really dark on the back like that. So we'll just keep going. It really doesn't look, I feel like I got a lot more done last year, but I think it was just easier to see, like, right, we got the A and the T done, I think, last year. I do miss working on these. Last year I had like a monthly, like what gave it one day each month. So I'm looking at doing something like that. I don't think one day is enough, maybe 2 days on this and Cardinal Cottage, maybe. I know I should be working on a stitching shelf too, but these are kind of what I think of as my main, for right now, my main hate. So that's everything that I worked on this week. So I feel like it was a pretty good week. I was going to have very little haul until I checked my mailbox. So the haul that I did have to show you was the World of Cross Stitching. You can see it's still in the packaging. This is the July issue. I know I owe you a bunch of flip throughs, so I will get to that. So there's this horse, reminds me of my friend Mel, Patchy Pony on Flosstube. So I saw that and immediately thought of her. But of course I haven't looked through it, so we will get to that. We will get to that. So then, what else I had ordered was Garan had a bag sale, and I missed it by just a few minutes, but I did manage to snag their charity bag. All the money that they raised was split between Shriners Hospital and Randall Children's Hospital? St. Jude. Shriners and St. Jude, I think. Two hospitals. Which they support. And this is for Ronnie's birthday, which is in August. So I got this. This I'm not taking out of the bag. This is a gift for a friend. So I will be mailing this off to a friend. But I just thought it was really, really cute and darling. And then they showed this dang chart. So this is a Just Nan called Frosty Hopes. And this is what it looks like. So you see the cat in here. I have one called High Hopes, which is more like a spring one. So it's a cat in a garden looking at a bird bath. And it comes with a little snowman charm there. So I kind of had to have this set, right? So we got that. And then, I got my number 9 Woodland Christmas by Tiny Modernist. I'm in where they mail it to you every month. So we have a little fox for part 9. I think I'm going to work on, I think I have block 1 done. I'm going to pull this out in August, and in August it's going to be my 25/7 piece just to make some more progress. But then, I got an email earlier this week from the lovely Sandy, who said, I'm doing some cleaning and organizing, and I have a bunch of charts to send you. And I said, yes, please. She sent me, I'm talking a stack. This isn't even all of them. I've pulled a few out for giveaways today. But let me show you. I'm not going to show them all to you because there's a ton here. Sandy, thank you so much. You are just so generous. These are beautiful, beautiful charts. Let me show you that. She said I could keep what I wanted. So let me show you what I'm going to keep. This one is called Quaker Housewife, and this is a Chessie and Me. So I'm going to keep that one. I think that's lovely. This one is called Simple Living Sampler, and I'll read it to you in just a minute, but this is what it looks like, and this is by Heartstring Samplery. It says, I still find each day too short for all the thoughts I want to think, all the walks I want to take, all the books I want to read, and all the friends I want to see. I really like that sentiment. I don't like things with like words or word art or sayings a whole lot, but I might change the books I want to read to something else, like all the cats I want to pet or something like that. All the patterns I want to stitch. It might be a little too long for that, but I used to love reading as a kid, and then I went to grad school. And that kind of ruined my love. I keep trying to get my love of reading back, but it hasn't come back yet. So I might just change that. All the cats I want to pet, I think would fit nicely in there. But I just thought that was really pretty. And then this one, Little House Needleworks. This is called Home of a Needleworker 2. So Home of a Needleworker. I think I want to stitch this one. I would leave the house out under the H and just keep this one. Maybe put a little cat under there if it looks too empty. So yeah, I've been wanting like a Home of a Needleworker pattern for a while. So those are the ones I've decided to keep for myself. But of course I'm going to use the rest as giveaways. So we're going to do 2 giveaways. So those of you still waiting, I think all of you are from Canada, or most of you are from Canada. They're going to go out Monday. I have a bunch of things to put out on Monday to mail. So I'm going to be going to the mail office? No. Post office on Monday. Whew. So thank you for your patience. But yes, they will be mailed out on Monday. So these are courtesy of Sandy. I pulled a couple of fall charts because I thought, well, you can stitch these. Fall will be coming up soon for us in the Northern Hemisphere anyway, but I thought these were relatively small that maybe you could get done in time for fall. And this is open internationally, so I'll ship these anywhere. The first one is a JBW Designs French Country, and it's called Squirrel. Isn't that cute? And so just say squirrel. There's how you spell it. Squirrel. And then the next one, this is a Homespun Elegance. It is called Pumpkin Pickin' Truck. It's very cute too. Now it shows a little squirrel embellishment that is not in here. So you either leave it off or find your own kind of charm that you want to add in. And for this one, say pumpkin. Pumpkin. And again, this is open internationally. Cute, right? So Sandy, thank you so much for your generosity. It was so fun. It felt like Christmas going through that package. So I really, really, really appreciate it. So moving on to plans. I think this is going to be a pretty short video, but moving on to plans. So we're going to continue working on cat alphabet. We'll work on summer montage tomorrow. And then our Jolly July piece for this week is going to be Hearthside Christmas by Erica Michaels. I'm hoping to come to you. I actually allotted 6 days for this. So I'm hoping to come to you next week with a finish. Do we think we can do it? Here's where we're at. So you can see I have to hope that border lines up and do that kind of bottom part. There's a whole, but you can't really see, but there's a whole bunch of snowflakes in this one. This one has words. This one is a row of snowflakes. So I think, I mean, it's very possible if I focus that I will get this done in maybe 5 days, but I gave myself 6 just in case. Just in case. So if I finish early, that's great. I'll probably pull out E Pluribus Unum, which I'll probably pull out at the end of the month anyway, and or One Nation, because I want to give each of those a couple more days before the month is over at least. And then next weekend is a 24 hours of cross stitch weekend, which I would like to participate in. It's put on by Jen Lee, and you just try to stitch for 24 hours between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I think I did 24 hours once, and it about did me in. So usually my goal is 18 hours, which that will be my goal again, but also because I'm not working, I might be able to get a little bit more. So my plans for 24 hours, 1 or 2 of those days will be Hearthside Christmas. Cat Alphabet will take up some of that time, and then I'm going to pull out E Pluribus Unum. That's what I know for now. And I'm not sure. I'll see what else kind of comes up, but it's going to be E Pluribus Unum, One Nation, that type of thing that will be coming up. Otherwise, I think that's everything I have for you today. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye.